3 most rare and valuable coins that could make you rich. The top 3 most rare and valuable pennies in U.S. numismatic history. Coins so scarce and coveted that they have fetched millions at auction. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about these legendary pieces, stay tuned because one of these coins could be the key to unlocking your fortune. The 1964 SMS Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever discovered. With only a handful known to exist, this mysterious coin has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, fetching jaw-dropping prices at auction, some selling for $30,000, $50,000, or even over $100,000. Could you be the lucky one holding this rare gem? Stay tuned as we unravel the incredible story behind the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, its history, unique characteristics, and how you can check if you own one of these priceless treasures. History of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to dive into a bit of U.S. mint history. In 1964, the United States Mint faced a coin shortage, leading them to halt the production of proof sets and special mint sets (SMS). However, despite the official records, a small number of 1964 SMS Lincoln pennies mysteriously surfaced. Unlike regular business strike pennies from that year, these SMS pennies have an incredibly unique finish, a satin-like surface with sharper details. Many believe they were struck as experimental coins or prototypes for an unissued special mint set, but no official documentation exists, adding to their mystery. What makes the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny rare? So, what exactly sets this penny apart from the millions of 1964 pennies that were minted? Here's what makes it incredibly rare. Satin-like finish. Unlike regular 1964 pennies, the SMS version has a unique matte finish, not the usual glossy or proof-like shine. Sharp, defined details. The strike on these coins is much stronger, giving clearer details, especially on Lincoln's hair and the memorial steps. No mint mark. Like regular 1964 pennies, these also lack a mint mark, but their distinct finish makes them stand out. Extremely limited numbers. Only 20 to 50 examples are known to exist, making this one of the rarest modern U.S. coins. How much is a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny worth? Now, the million-dollar question: how much is this elusive penny worth? The value of a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny depends on its condition and grading. Here's a breakdown. Lower grades MS60, MS62. These can still command $10,000 to $20,000. High grades MS65, MS66. Coins in this range have sold for $30,000 to $50,000 at auction. Top grades MS67 and higher. The rarest, best preserved examples have fetched over $100,000. In 2019, a PCGS-graded MS6 7196 for SMS Lincoln penny sold for a staggering $108,000, setting a new record. Where to sell your rare penny? If you're lucky enough to own a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, here's where you can sell it for top dollar. Major auction houses, heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, and great collections specialize in rare coin sales. Online marketplaces, websites like eBay, PCGS, and NGC offer platforms for selling rare coins. Coin dealers and shops. Trusted dealers can help with valuation and selling your coin. The 196 for D Lincoln penny is turning heads in the coin collecting world, with some rare varieties fetching hundreds, thousands, or even more at auction. Could you have one of these hidden gems? Stick around to the end, because you won't believe how much the rarest 196 for D pennies are selling for. History of the 196 for D Lincoln penny. The 196 for D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and is part of the beloved Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909. The 1964 penny was one of the last years to be struck in 95% copper, before the transition to a lower copper content in 1982. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced an astronomical number of pennies, over 3.8 billion, at the Denver Mint alone. However, despite this high mintage, some rare error coins and special varieties have made certain 1964 pennies incredibly valuable. Rare error varieties that can make you rich. 196 for D Double Die penny. One of the most sought after errors in the Lincoln Cent series is the double die variety. A 196 double die penny can display strong doubling on the date, mint mark, or inscriptions, such as Liberty and In God We Trust. If you find one in high-grade condition, you could be looking at a payday of $1,000 to $10,000 plus. 196 for DRPM repunched mint mark. Repunched mint marks occur when the D mint mark was struck more than once in different positions. This variety is highly collectible and can fetch anywhere from $300 to over to $1,500, depending on its condition. Look closely under magnification, you might have one. 196 for D off-center strike coins that were misaligned during the striking process can be worth $500 to over $1,500, especially if the date is fully visible on the off-center strike. 196 for D full red road pennies. Collectors pay a premium for Lincoln pennies that have retained their full original red luster. A 1964 D graded MS6 7RD has sold for $15,000 or more at auction. How much are 196 for D pennies selling for? Recent auction prices: a 1964 D Lincoln penny graded MS6 7RD sold for $17,931 in a heritage auction. A rare double die variety in high grade was auctioned for $10,000 to $150. Even circulated 196 for D pennies with errors have sold for $500 to $1,500 plus. Conclusion: don't miss your chance. If you have a 196 for D Lincoln penny, check it now. You might be sitting on a jackpot worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. The 1983 D Copper Lincoln Penny has been making headlines for its insane value. Some of these rare coins have been auctioned for amounts that will leave you speechless: $10,000, $15,000, even over $20,000. So, how can you tell if you have this golden ticket in your coin jar? What makes this penny so rare and valuable? Stay with me until the end, because today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1983 D Copper Lincoln Penny, its history, errors, and the jaw-dropping prices collectors are willing to pay. History of the 1983 D Lincoln Penny. Before we uncover the secret behind this rare penny, let's take a quick trip back in time. The year 1983 was a crucial moment in U.S. coinage. Just 1 year prior, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change, switching from solid copper pennies to zinc pennies with a thin copper coating. Why? Because copper prices were skyrocketing, and the cost of producing a penny was becoming too expensive. From 1983 onward, pennies were supposed to be made of 97.5% zinc, with just a thin layer of copper, only 2.5%. However, a mistake at the Denver Mint led to a rare batch of 1983 D pennies being struck in solid copper instead of zinc. These are the coins that collectors are desperately searching for today. What makes the 1983 D Copper Penny rare? Now, you might be wondering, how do we know that these rare pennies exist? Well, the 1983 D Copper Penny was first discovered by a collector who noticed something unusual. His penny was much heavier than normal. A standard 1983 D zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare copper versions, they weigh 3.11 grams, the same as pre-1982 pennies. That's because they were struck on the wrong planchette, leftover copper blank that somehow made its way into the minting process. This error makes the 1983 D Copper Penny incredibly rare because only a handful are known to exist, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. How much is a 1983 D Copper Penny worth? Alright, here's what you've been waiting for: the value. If you find a 1983 D Copper Penny and it's in circulated condition, you could still be looking at $5,000 to $10,000. But if your penny is in mint condition, the price skyrockets. Some specimens have sold for over $15,000 to $20,000 at auction. That's right, a single penny could change your life. And if you're lucky enough to find one graded at MS67 or higher, we're talking about record-breaking numbers. Some experts believe a perfect specimen could fetch $50,000 or more in the right auction. Where to sell your rare penny? If you discover this rare gem in your collection, where should you sell it? Here are the best options: major auction houses, heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, and great collections specialize in rare coin sales. Online coin dealers, websites like eBay, PCGS, and NGC marketplaces allow collectors to buy and sell rare coins. Local coin shops, while they may not offer top dollar, they can help you get an idea of the coin's value.